Hello. So hopefully this doesn't tilt or fall. All right. I think it's going to tilt. I think it's too heavy for this. It better not pop off. Hello, people. On our way to some appointments and prep before back to school. Yes, son. Yes, we got to go to doctor. Not you. So I'm on my drive there, so I figured we would have a little chit chat while I am on the way to this appointment. I'm trying to actually get back to, I don't know. Sometimes I like the unstructured videos. So, oh my God, come on. Yeah, this is going to lean. Hold on. It's going to keep falling. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. Incredible morning, everyone. Hey, Jose. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for the peacocks, Jesse. Yes. What am I doing? I'm talking to my, what you always say, I'm talking to my friends. They're not your friends, they're my friends. They are your friends, they're your people. Man, bye. Anywho, hello, everyone. Don't say what he hates. Don't say that. How could I? Okay, now sit back there. Okay. Anywho, hello everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of HSA 365, home of Honestly Speaking and Silaholics Anonymous and 365 Creative Academy. If you guys are new here, whether you're watching the live or the playback, and you've never come across our content, we are a company that sells sublimation, paper, and ink, as well as pigment ink and other supplies and accessories like the cartridges and things of that nature. We also are the home of Silaholics Anonymous. It is an online teaching resource. So I've been teaching other creatives and crafters how to use Silhouette Studio for the past 8 years, almost 9 years now. I was trying to think about how many years I know how long I've had my Cameo, but it was like a year or so before I started teaching it. But about like 8 years or so, I've been teaching Silhouette Studio. If you don't know, it's a free software. This is not a sponsored video. I just so happen to enjoy using this software, because, especially the fact it was free. I do have the paid version, but you can do so much in the free version for customizing for customizing things before you're ready to move on to like the illustrators, affinity designers, Corel draws, and things of that nature. So I highly recommend for anyone. You know, it's not a bad thing to learn just to add it to your arsenal. Even if you have a program that like your favorite, a software that's your favorite to use, or even an app, you'll be surprised that how beneficial it can be for you to learn more than one software. Because things will be easier sometimes, and then there's going to be some things that certain softwares can do that others can't. I'll say, like trace and detach. That's not in any of the other softwares. As far as like when it comes to PNGs, it's not really needed. But when it comes to JPEGs, like that's a really, really important factor. Um, so I love having that trace and detach feature. And there's some other things that are really aren't in other softwares where it's like a little bit better. But then when you're really getting into the nitty gritty of designing, there are things that are in other softwares that makes it a lot easier to use. And then 365 Creative Academy is my online academy for our paid classes. Like they're more detailed. We do them via Zoom. You get access to the playbacks. You get access to an exclusive group. So kind of like, you know, a little VIP. We do exclusive live videos, like extended trainings over there. Like if I do a live video, some of them are extended training. So you have always have help. So definitely check out what we have to offer on the website. But I've been doing this for years where I come online. Live is the easiest way to reach my audience and be able to help in a more efficient manner in real time. I'm always in groups. If I see a question, I do my best to answer it. But sometimes it's like I avoid answering questions because it's so much more than like what you can probably put in those characters and what people are actually going to want to read. I think some things are great when it's written out, and if like if it is broken down instructions, like it might be delivered in pieces. But sometimes if you have to write out like instructions or give advice about something, reading it or seeing like all these steps can be really intimidating for some, and they think that it's too complicated, and it's really not. It's just that words look more complicated and it looks longer in written form versus video form. So when I first got started, there were a lot of people that were doing blogs, and with the blogs, yeah, the visual is great. With my schedule, it was really hard to kind of keep up with that because I don't know if y'all realize how hard that is. Like whether you record the video and then you have to go in and take screen grabs of like what you're doing, or if you're like physically like doing one part, taking a picture, doing one part, taking a picture, it becomes a lot to do that. So the blog part just never worked for me. I liked this aspect, and I feel like it's better because you get to get an instant answer. You have a playback that you can go back and watch. I give help and guidance and tips and strategies on everything from designing, whether it's in Select Studio, Photoshop, whether it is a text-based design, a design that has a lot of layers to it, as well as business, marketing, utilizing social media to help your business. I will say that over the past couple of years, I am more focused on those who want to utilize these skills for business. You want to monetize it. My content is geared towards that. There are crafters who are going to benefit from my content because, hey, we're great. Like we do an amazing job over here at HS Inc. with putting that information out for you guys. And it's easy, if you're starting on your journey, we are definitely the best place to be because of how we structure our teachings, and they're very detailed, and you're going to get a full scope. It's like they always tell me I leave no stone unturned. But the foundation of what we do now is to help other businesses grow. Even if you have a 9-to-5, sometimes we need to have that extra income in to supplement, to make ends meet, to save for a specific, need. So I gear what I do towards those who want to actually monetize it. But if you're just a regular crafter, you can ask questions as well. This is an open forum, guys. I am the next year I have to turn down. So we'll probably have like maybe like another like 5 to 10 minutes. It's probably gonna be a short one. Like I said, it was just a drive with the professor. You don't have to wait until one question is answered before you post yours. Utilize me, guys. I'm saying, hey, you know, pick my brain, get into the head of the professor who has been doing this business for, well, I'm not gonna say I've been doing the business, but I've been within this creative space for well over 20 years. I started graphic designing when I was 16, 17 years old, and I'm 42 now. So I always encourage you guys to take advantage of the knowledge and expertise that I have and that I'm willing to offer. So don't be afraid. Don't worry thinking that it's going to be a silly question or anything like that. If you have saw something in a group, whether it was a question you had yourself, or maybe you saw something and it's like, oh, wow, this is kind of interesting. I wondered about this. Feel free to ask. I might have some insight on it. You'll be surprised at the things that I have done over the years and the things that I have insight on. So, okay, incredible morning, incredible morning. And if you're watching the playback, incredible greetings. Also, guys, little house house rules. Not say rules, but you know, give the video a thumbs up. Say hi as you come in. All comments and all engagement definitely helps the platform. So, oh yeah, we got someone else over here. They're pulling folk over. So don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channels, make sure that you subscribe to those. We have two. Well, really, we have three, but we have Silaholics Anonymous, Honestly Speaking, and 365 Creative Academy. Yes, my love. Oh, no, you definitely cannot sit by me. It's too cold. Okay. I'll change the air conditioner in the back. Okay. Incredible morning. Okay, so since no one has a question just yet, so here's my question to you guys, right? You guys are either subscribed to me, you have your bell on, you have your you follow us on, or you either follow us or we are friends on Facebook, right? So when my name pops up and these platforms tell you that I am live, what makes you tune in? If it's just something like, if you're just kind of coming like, oh, I just love all of your content, how much of my content do you actually find helpful or useful in real time? Like where you can actually take that and apply it to whatever your goals are, your fears are. What is it that makes you guys click on my content if you're going to be quiet? So what is it that makes you guys click on my content whenever YouTube or Facebook pops up? What do you come here expecting? Yes, son? What? McDonald's? Oh, McDonald's hash brown. Oh, you have to wait. You always learn something when I'm on. What was the last thing that you learned that you've actually implemented and it became like an actionable step for you, or it helped you in a design? Okay. I get that. Thank you for that. So we know that the majority of my content now is Q&A based. That's what a lot of my live videos are, like, especially if you don't see a thumbnail, it's normally Q&A based. So if you see like live with the professor or and things like that, we know that this is not structured. I'm not on here to necessarily teach a class. I reserve those for my actual like classes. So with I don't remember it being this far down before. Or maybe we turned somewhere else. I don't remember it being this far down. So we know that the live drives, live with the professors, are more so Q&A based. Is it that you guys come on here hoping and praying someone else asks a question that can help you? Or, okay, I don't remember coming down this far. I promise you, I don't remember. Okay, no, because this is hiatus. I think it is on Flamingo. Okay, so maybe we did come down this far. Is it, like I said, is it that you're hoping and praying that someone asks a question that you can benefit from? Have you ever wanted a coach or a mentor and you're like, I need someone to help me figure this business out? How many of you guys have gone through that in this journey? It's like you're looking for a coach, a mentor, someone to help you. The last thing, hold on, I gotta wait. I think I might be one street over. I don't think this was the street that I turned down because this doesn't look familiar to me. It really doesn't. I'm hoping when we get to Flamingo, that's where we were supposed to be. I'm normally pretty good with the, okay, yeah, this was definitely not it because now I'm at what looks like a dead end. This is definitely not where we were at. Okay, yeah, because now we're on, are we on Flamingo? Yeah. Okay, actually, you know what? I think, Papa? Um, I'm normally pretty good with direction and remembering, but that definitely is not where we were at. Okay, the last thing I learned from you is how to make a seamless swirl on a tumbler. So is that something that you actually see yourself using? So it's not the matter of, okay, that's the last video that I did, but did you actually take the time to try that? Did you go after you saw the video? Did you go into Silhouette Studio and actually attempt to follow those steps? Because that's the last thing I taught. But if you didn't actually go in and try it, then you don't know that you learned. You just saw the tutorial for it. I have a lot of your classes and I watch to add to my knowledge or better understand the classes. So to me, saying to better understand the classes, is it that so there's room for you to understand more. So if we're watching them to understand the classes, that is, hey, son, to get a better understanding, does that mean that you have questions when you're watching the classes? Or when you are doing a task, you have questions? The last one would be tracing and using editing points to correct a messed up file. Have you tried that yet? So we watch the video, we like the information, we like the content, you like what you learn. Did you implement that and try it out on a design to where it actually helped you? It made it easier. You were able to accomplish your goals. Okay, I called Daddy because I think I remember it being on something because when we came out, but I think I'm down too far. I think, yeah, I think at this point I'm down too far. Yeah, I definitely am. I don't remember it being this far down. Oh man. Yeah, I definitely wasn't down this far. I thought last time I turned on tab, but obviously not. And I really don't remember coming down this far. Hey, what street was it on? Hey, I'm not lost. What street is it on again? Oh yeah, I'm way off it. I passed that. I'm like, I don't remember seeing the Whistling. But Palm Avenue and what? Okay, you that's still not helping me, but okay, I'll go back. I'm trying to remember like when we came down, was it Taft Street? Was it Johnson? Was it okay? That's still not helping me, but all right. I'm on my phone. All right, Ethan. All right, pick up and drink. Hi. What are you doing? Okay, why you just saying go upstairs and check in? I said, why didn't you just go upstairs and check in? Oh, all right. Okay, hang up. I'm live. Hang up. Okay. I never knew how to line it up the way you showed yesterday. I need the information and help. I practice when I don't have something to make. I'm now loving tracing, being able to tailor graphics to me. I like that. The tailoring got well, if you're in business, it shouldn't necessarily be tailoring graphics to you, but to what to the audience and the clients that you serve. Because I am forced to make a lot of things that are not necessarily the graphics that I would normally like or things that I would think about. So I'm tailoring it to their needs. I don't always have a specific question, but yes, I hope someone asks something I can benefit from. Okay. So if you need a mentor, is it that you want it to be in private? Um, and that you don't want to ask the questions in a public setting? So do you feel like when it comes to someone mentoring you, that is something that, oh, I want to have private, I want to pay for private sessions with that? If you have a mentor, if in the perfect world you had a mentor, what questions would you be asking them? What guidance would you be seeking from that mentor? I learned from the video earlier yesterday about seamless designs, but I have many of your classes and learn something all the time. Okay, I learned a lot and I tried to watch the playbacks. I'm just trying to put a lot of things in place that I want to do, but I can't right now. That will be something I will inbox you about on what route to take. Okay. I definitely hope and pray for a coach to help me with my business. You do that. I'm just all over the place sometimes. Facts, I plan to try today. That's my biggest issue, not practicing what you have taught me. Okay, I guess better understanding the classes wasn't the correct wording. It gives me more practice on things you have taught in the classes. Okay. Oops. So I'm just trying to get a sense. Like I said, yesterday I did. I'm a very hey. Some people are not transparent. For me, I always feel like I'm also teaching when I am being transparent about how I feel about business. Like at the end of the day, even though this is just a live video, this is free, I'm not making anything off of this. It's still a part of my business. It's technically a part of, kind of sort of part of like marketing. Like it just gives me an opportunity to be in front of the people who would need my services or our products. That are not custom, because here I'm never promoting the custom items that I do because I'm talking to those who already do customs. So for me here, it's the services such as teaching, and guiding and mentoring and coaching and things of that nature, and then our products. So this is essentially my business, right? So I go through, don't think that because I always say that I've been in this industry for 20 years, business wise, like being full on, I mean, it's been probably since I've had MJ. So what about you? Okay, and Zion Imani, I'm sorry. So it's been a couple of years, but I still go through things. I want you guys to know that you're going to have highs and lows. You're going to have times where you're going to have to make changes to even like what helped your business, what has helped your business, what was like okay, hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. I keep getting distracted, so I got to figure out where in the heck I'm at. The things that helped your business, the things that that got you started, the way times are, how you make it, whether or not you use word of mouth, if you came from the age of using a lot of physical business cards or using physical flyers, now a lot of stuff is digital, so it's going to change how you do business, the level of or the caliber of clientele that you service from when you first started versus being seasoned, that is going to change. So I am right, and you have to do things like what I'm doing. Like you have to really ask. Like I think some of you guys are really afraid to talk to your clients. Like I don't think some people don't really want to know how their clients feel. But if you don't know you're not going to know how to progress and grow. What changes need to be made, because if you continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over again, and you're not progressing, you're not getting different results, or you're stagnant, it's time to make a change. And you have to identify that and be okay with that. And I will be honest, that is where I am right now. A lot of people knew me from Facebook, YouTube, and things of that nature when I was just kind of, oh, wow, that tree looks like it will seriously hurt somebody. I don't understand why they don't cut that tree down. Okay. All right. Hold on. Yes, son. That tree was leaning. But I was saying, a lot of people know me. Oh, it is. Oh, I did. I so missed the turn. Actually, I should have went straight because I thinking I go there. Yeah, I so missed that turn right there. I did not even see that. But a lot of people know me from when I first started. I was getting to know Silhouette Studio. I was still kind of in the learning phase of it, but I was super excited about it, and I wanted to share with others like what I had learned, what I was learning, and I think I just had a knack for how I teach it and how I present it. Back then, I was doing. Where are we at the doctor? I was doing a lot of content based off of what I was doing at the time, as an event planner, as as a cheer coach, and they got all these handicap spots. I'm looking for a spot to park. Towaway zone. Can't park there. Alrighty, guess we're parking here. Okay, I'm gonna dang it, because you don't know where you're going. I don't even know what floor it's on. Hold on, yo. Okay. Okay, Papa. But anywho, I did a lot of that content, and that's where a lot of my audience grew from. But I also grew and I evolved and I elevated because my personal needs required that I grow. Like I spent, huh? Okay, MJ, get out the car. Because I was spending a lot of time online helping others, but it wasn't benefiting us, as a family. It wasn't benefiting our finances and things of that nature. So I had to make a transition to where I monetized some of my teachings and to be able to have access to me where people could inbox me or email me or get, specific questions answered. Where's my child? Like, if you don't bring your butt on, I had to change it where it was monetized. And what the heck is that? And then 3 years ago, as some of you guys know, we end up having a physical product that we can sell that complements my teachings because I was doing an amazing job with teaching sublimation. And so having a product such as ink and paper help with that. In that, I came across a lot of people who desired to not just, yes, push the button. Uh-huh. Okay, there it is. Okay, I might lose y'all because we have to go in the elevator. Yes, son. Yeah, hit the button. Hit the button. No. Yeah. Yeah, baby, too heavy. So I ended up selling the product, and through this, I have found that a lot, like the majority of my audience. So I see somebody here that says, I don't have business yet. I'm working towards learning the ins and outs of the designing process. I don't remember. I think it's 2. Huh? Yeah. Hold on, y'all. Okay. It is. It is, yeah. Yes, Papa. Mm-hmm. Okay, buddy. Hold on, Bobby. I got it. Okay. Anywho, so this is not interesting. So see, this is the thing that I do because people don't, kind of speak up. For me, I see a lot of people who are in groups for businesses. Like their main focus is like teaching all this stuff for business, right? So it appeared to me that a lot of my audience was those who were in business. And I geared towards that. It was a lot of, how do I price for this? And where's the best place? How do I price? How do I market? How do I get sales? And a lot of my content was changed and was geared towards that. I am finding right now that I'm not getting the same type of engagement. I'm not getting questions from those who want to do this for business, and the questions really are not there, like, really at all. So I'm coming on here and it's like, are you excited to get information from me, to like ask the questions, or whatever showing is what I want to learn? Because if that's the case, I'm not the majority of the things that I do, it's going to be probably way past where some of you guys are as a beginner, or if you're just starting out. And I don't always like just kind of share those things. I don't want it to be a situation where I'm going back to where it doesn't benefit me. This is just me being very transparent and where I am in this business right now. This is a key part of it, but it's no longer serving, I guess, like a productive purpose in business for me. Okay. So I'm going to end up doing, I'm going to tell you right now, it's only a few people on right now. I know my audience is bigger than that, and I'd rather find out directly from my audience. I don't want to make moves that I think are based off of me. So I'm doing things like right now, like, even with me doing all the business stuff, I did that thinking this is what people wanted. Obviously, it's not. Like, it's proving to me now that this is not what people want. And we can't go and be like, well, no one's buying, no one is, I'm not selling stuff or whatever. Like, if you're selling shirts and you realize that, but you're not willing to make any type of change. So for me, it's not a matter of like buying products or buying classes. It's this part of it. It's the live content. It's the videos. Even when I've done something like shirts and whatnot, if you guys have been watching me for years and you've already seen me do shirts, yeah, you're not going to have questions. It's harder now to reach newer audiences because everyone starts a Facebook group. Every day of the week, a new Facebook group is started. There's a lot more people doing it. And this is a situation where something can be overly saturated because it's in one area. Like it's Facebook. Don't get me wrong, I understand it's a lot of creators, a lot of crafters and things like that. But when it's so much different information, it becomes kind of like oversaturated. And once people, like, the reason why people started a lot of groups is they didn't like something somebody else said in this one, or they were taught, well, you start a Facebook group for your business, which means don't let anybody else advertise, teach. When I first started, there weren't a lot of people teaching silhouette, graphic designing, sublimation, how to do things with pigment ink, party favors, balloons. So it was easy for my content to be shared in groups. Now, because Facebook has suggested rules, everyone automatically clicks that part that says, oh, no self promo and, no sharing of someone else's group or lives. So people don't want to do that. So now I'm at a point where these are no longer beneficial to me. And as much as I understand y'all like them, and in your business, you're going to have to make hard decisions on what's beneficial for you. If you enjoy making shirts, but you have no one to sell shirts to, there's no bites. No one is trying to buy your shirts. No one is really trying to buy your Tumblr, even though you like making them. If no one is trying to buy your crochet dolls, then you have to make a decision on whether or not that's actually a viable business. And you need to continue working it as a business, or you're going to go back to where it's just a hobby. Hold on, I gotta go get something. And even with that, like, I'm so, again, this is me being very transparent, being very open. I don't know if any of you go through these moments, these moments of fear, these moments of doubt. Yeah. What have I been? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go downstairs real quick. I lost. Am I coming here? No. I lost. Because I said no. You You can still call my phone. I gotta get something at the car just in case y'all go in. I gotta get something at the car. Um, I spend a lot of time trying to make sure it has a wow factor, I guess, and I lose time that can be spent on a second design or more. I'm working on that. Yep. And this is a question that I often ask people. If it goes out, I'm sorry. I'll probably wait until I'm out of the what's in our garage elevator. Okay. So when we are wanting something to be a wow factor, right? Do you already know what do you consider to be a wow factor? Do you know what like whoever it's intended for, whether it's a family member, if it is a customer or not, what do they consider a wow factor? Because what you originally came up with may be the wow factor for them. Why is it that you feel everything needs to have a wow factor versus it just needs to be a great design? Like it needs to be an effective design. Questions that when you're struggling, you have to ask yourself these things, because if you don't even know the benchmark for what you consider, I put this here, for what you consider to be a wow factor, you're going to run around, you're going to run yourself ragged, because you're just going to be going around in circles and circles and circles and circles. You're going to spend way too much time because you don't even know what it is that you're looking for. I know a lot of people who think that wow factor is putting a background behind something. That to me, a lot of times cheapens, sorry. Here's one that's open. I have sniffles, and I don't know if they are kind of like how they kind of feel about, still with C19, but I need my water. I forgot that because I forgot to take my medicine. And then I wanted a mask. So y'all give me a second. If you don't know, I had a heart attack in June. So I have medicine I have to take. And I looked at the time and I'm like, oh shoot, it's medicine time. But I didn't bring up my water. And I didn't see a water fountain up there. I think I'm going back to being a hobby. Okay. Do you know that a hobby can be profitable? Like you can actually still make money in a hobby? I'll wait for him to call me. You can still make money in a hobby. And that is one of the key things that when I started talking about business, I wanted people to understand that there's a difference between hobby and craft and then running a business, because there are so many factors. It puts a lot of pressure on you when you are stressing about a sale versus if it is a hobby, and if the sales just so happen to come to you, then fine, so be it. You can, you're not stressed about that, because as a hobby, we know that for most people, hobbies, you spend money. You're going to spend out a lot of money and not see a lot back, because it's just something that you take enjoyment in. If you end up going back to that because you don't need the money. Like, you have another job. This was just to supplement. It would have been nice to have this extra income. But if it's not even bringing you in extra income, it's not worth the stress. And it's better to, okay, I want to learn this for me. And maybe once you realize like you're learning it for you and you're not focused on learning the task or the craft or the skill and still trying to learn the business. Those are two hard things to learn from square one. It might be that you need to take a step back and make it a hobby so that you can focus on learning them. You can focus on your designs. You can, focus on, if you don't have an order, you have nothing but time to practice. Some people say, oh, well, I'm working on this order. I don't have time to practice on my designs. Well, if you're trying to get better on your designs, maybe it's time to take a step back from all the orders if you are able to. I go through self-doubt. Yeah. I go through these moments. I'm currently revamping my plan of action as we discussed because I found out my current audience isn't my intended target audience. Okay. The people I've done designs for who kind of leave it up to me haven't complained. They haven't complained with the initial design. Have they ever even seen your initial design? Or do they always see this design that you've spent way too much time on? And, by your words, you spent all this extra time on to make it a wow factor. Do they always see that? Or have you ever shown them like the initial one before you started adding all the things onto it? So is it that they, you don't even know, like they may not complain about the first design. So what does that look like? When you say, I want to make money from my hobby, is it that everything that you make, like, do you buy blanks? Did you buy your printer with the intention that everything that those items produce, you're going to make money from it? When you think of business, what does that mean to you? What is the difference between a hobby that makes money and a business? I mean, I like these conversations. I like where it's going. And that you guys are getting something from me being very open and very vulnerable about the self-doubt that I'm going through right now and whether or not this is beneficial. I'm able to do this right now because it's like, that's why I did it while I'm on a drive. I'm just kind of driving. I'm waiting for an appointment to start, but this is not something that I can continually do, especially if things like stars are not sent. If some people will push their cash app. If it's super chats, like you're getting something from it, even if it was $1, $2. Like, no one says if someone has to go and give, pay my mortgage, but these are just me kind of having a conversation. This is like, for me, this part, although it's business, it's not quite business because I'm not making any money from this. And there's no guarantee that you guys are going to go and sign up for my classes. This also teaches me that I have a lot of classes that are based on business. If I have a split of half and half, those who are crafters, those who are businesses, bringing back more of those classes that are just like single classes about designing, like to learn one new design technique versus an entire program. Okay, I'm not sure what that the answer to both of those. So I show my customers more than one option. They may actually have loved the original. So if you aren't doing that, Show somebody the first one. If you don't want to show your customer, show somebody. Because it makes no sense to waste another 2 hours, 30 minutes, and it was done already. And someone would have liked that. Sometimes you can over design to where someone's going to look at it and be like, I don't really, know about, I don't really want that. So it's not really about the money right now. Okay. It's not about the money right now. But you were the one that said you wanted to make money. Or was that someone else? I think I'm mixing up the two people. Okay, no, that was you. I want to make money from it. So it's not about the money right now. So I want to be confident in the work that I put out. So if it's more so about the confidence, how much work are you doing where you're not, how much of your hobby are you doing to where it's just for you. It's just for you to be more confident. It's just for you to learn new design techniques, knowing that you may never get 1 red cent from it. I just want to make items and mess up. If I make a great project, great, then I can show it. If someone sees it and buys it, great. And maybe if I have a lot of great items, take them to a pop-up. Let me tell you where do you know there are so many businesses that have mediocre products? It's not the greatest, but they make money. You're putting a lot of pressure on yourself with this word great. A lot of pressure on that word great versus progress. If I have improved in how I design, if the way that instead of I want to be more efficient, so many people are focused on great, but you don't even know how to define what great is because you doubt everything. You may have something that to somebody is great, but because you don't want to show it, you're not posting in groups just to say, hey, this is what I did. Get some feedback. Get feedback from not just those who, you have to be careful about where you post to, because those who are brand new and they're ignorant to like well put together, effective, efficient, I want to say professional, but like well thought out designs. Like some people, if they just see text there, like a lot of these designs with this Alabama brawl. Oh my God. For me, I cringe at a lot of them. But then I see people, oh, yes, I want this. And I'm like, what y'all looking at? Like they literally just took a chair and threw it on the front of a shirt. They didn't bother to trace it. It's pixelated. It's this. What y'all looking at? Now, if you are trying to attract someone like me, then yes, you're going to work on it to be at a certain quality. But if you don't even know who you're servicing, you're trying to do great, but what defines great for the audience that you have? A lot of us are stunted by the need to have, like, chasing after perfection. Chasing after perfection. So I don't get it, because you said to make money, but then up here, it's not all about the money. If you were looking for a business coach, a mentor, a business therapist, I would be totally and utterly confused, because those two statements don't make sense to me. For about 6 months now, I'm consistent. I think, yeah, that's the other thing too, like, because it's like short statements, I'm not sure where they come in at. You second guess yourself. Okay. So if you second guess yourself, why are you relying on self to say whether or not it's good enough. If you keep second guessing yourself, why not get the thoughts and the views and opinions of someone else? I'll tell you why most people don't. Because you feel like, oh, this is my, it's my business, it's my hobby, I'm the creator, I'm this, I'm that. It becomes a lot of self. We have too much self in it. Yes, I know how I want to run mine, but I don't have a problem coming on here saying, what is it that you guys want? I have to take self out of it because I might think that I'm doing a great job and I'm really not. I did this maybe like 2 years ago, and I had a live video and I asked about my classes. And someone said, although I love the classes, I don't like that you spend so much time on one person. Like, we're ready to move on. They need to be in like a super, super beginner, because some of us, we're not beginners to just knowing the tools, which is why the 30-day training came about, because I wanted people to focus on learning the tools in a different environment, and those who wanted to focus on learning how to design. And I always tell people, as much as you might want to come to my design classes, if you don't know those tools, my design classes are not for you, because I'm no longer going over the tools and I have to sit here and break down the tools. You don't know where it's at. It's taking you forever to figure out where it's at. And you want to ask questions like, well, what does this tool do? No. That's what 30-day training is for. And I found that out by polling and talking to others and getting a gauge of how well am I doing? How many of you ask your customers like their honest opinions? Like, is there something that could have been different? Is there something that you would have changed? Would you have liked to see something different? What can I do to maybe, or like just pose it to where it's like, we are always looking to improve and elevate. I'm so happy that you enjoyed this, as I enjoyed making it for you. But for future orders, is there anything that you feel I could do to make this a better experience? Or I don't know exactly what yours is. It's like, if you do candles, these are our signature scents. We are looking to incorporate other scents. Are there any scents that that you would like for us to consider for our line? If you have candles and you are like, you kind of have one size, asking the question, does this size work, for you? Asking a couple people, if you had like what you would consider like the ideal candle, would you want something that is taller, in a taller vessel, shorter vessel, smaller quantities, like sample packs? Like, do you like this scent in your home to where you would like to have this scent in your car? How do you know what other products your customers desire or they need? They might love the scent of your candle and wonder, well, man, how can I get this in my car? Because like, I'm really loving how my house smells. But if you never talk to your customers, you never have any follow-up. Yes, everyone's not going to do live videos like this, like I'm doing, but there are ways to communicate with your customers and find out, get a gauge of how are you doing. Some people may tell you, well, your customer service is slow, you're slow to respond. Don't get defensive about that. Like, well, I'm busy, I have this. If that is what your customer is feeling, that might be one of the reasons why they might be hesitant to come to you in the future. It's like, yeah, I like this product, but man, it took you too long to respond back to me. And that might be an indicator that, hey, it's time for an assistant. You need a better system to, maybe need some like automated messages to send out to your customers to make it where they don't feel like they're on red and that you're just not paying them any attention. I've only done things for family. So how often do you poll your family? Okay, so you get others' opinions, right? So is it because of their opinions why you feel as if you need to add more, like you need a wow factor? Have you asked them what do they consider to be a wow factor? Yes, my customers have said that all the time. My response time sucks. So even though your stuff might be beautiful, they're loving the earrings that you're posting. I'm like, yes, it's nice and all, but I know I'm gonna need this for such a time, and she gonna play games. So it might not be the designs that you're doing. It's not the quality of what you're doing. You might have the greatest visuals. You're putting out posts all the time, but if it's that factor where they're going to second guess contacting you because they don't want to take the chance of you not responding back and then them worrying like, okay, is she really going to get it done? That's going to be an issue. They're going to move on to somebody else who they feel like, even if the product is not as great as yours, that person feels more reliable. So, do you want to make money? So, do you feel, again, I still don't know because I asked the question before, what is the difference between, to you, a hobby that makes money? And is this hobby just making money, or is it making a profit and business? What separates those two? No, it's just me. I think it needs something else. Then that means that a business is not about you. People who are in business to serve others. If it stays in your possession, it's not going to make you any money. I don't care if it's a product or if it's a service. It is for someone else. So if we keep operating on, I think it needs something, but the people who you are servicing doesn't feel like it needs anything, you are wasting valuable time. That is one of the key factors, I think, in business is people forget, yes, it's going to benefit you. You're going to make money from it, but business is not for you. The results of conducting business can create generational wealth. It can give you money, like it can build up your savings. There's going to be benefits for you, but that business is not for you. I'm trying to set up systems so I can do better. Not sure where to start. However, I'm going back through some classes because I know you've had something for, yep, definitely have. In the business classes, definitely have. I want to make money. I need to get off my butt, take your classes, like it's my main job, and do what I need to do. I'm my own worst enemy. Okay, well, dang, I know. Look here, this appointment was supposed to be at 9:30. It is now 10 o'clock, and my husband did not call me and say that they called my child in. Um, so if I go back up here and they still sitting in these chairs, Houston, we gonna have a problem. It's stuff like this. Like, I hate, I really can't stand the culture of physicians and things like that. Even some, a lot of service-based things that have like a lot of clients that may come in, whether it is hairstylists, nail techs, makeup artists, you have an appointment. I can understand maybe 10, 15 minutes, but every single time you come, it's like a 30-minute difference, a 40-minute difference, an hour difference. I think that's ridiculous. If I had a class and I said that it started at a certain time, short of me coming on there and saying, okay, hey, I might be having technical difficulties or something like that. But if I had a class and I'm just like, okay, I'm just going to let y'all just sit here for 30, 40, 50 minutes, it's a problem. Yet we accept this from especially medical providers all the time. But we could never do that in our business.
promise you, my child and my husband still sitting here, Houston, we don't have a problem. I'm ready to go. It's really hard for me a lot of times being a business owner, going into establishments because I know the level of customer service I want to provide, um, and just the experience I want people to have. To where when I go to other people's establishments and it's not up to par for me, I'm ready to snap, straight snap. The hell? This was done at what time? Hmm. Yes. Mm-mm. I'm just in the hallway. Where you going? I'm not going anywhere. I'm just in the hallway. Go sit with daddy. Put my keys in my bag. Thank you. I'm not going anywhere, buddy. No. Yes, most people don't like waiting too long, especially when you have an appointment. Yeah, we don't like waiting too long, but a lot of times you'll still wait that long. You still end up paying them, and or they don't give a refund. And shit, we had to pay $250 for this damn specialist for them not to for us not to be seeing them some another 5 minutes. Like, come on now, you wanted your money on time. There, I hear them come out. Hello. Go home. Oh. I know 19 was this way, so it may be this way. These are okay, y'all. They're finally coming in. Gotta go. Oh, right here.